Hello and welcome, my fellow viewers, to a very special Multi-Movie Monday Thanksgiving special. Yes, I do realize that Thanksgiving is not on a Monday. But anyways, hello and welcome to Multi-Movie Monday. I'm your host, Lazy Universe, and when I'm not going around destroying the city of Japan about a gazillion times over, I'm sorry, Japan, I can't help myself. All the screams, the horror. What have I done? Anyways, when I'm not destroying the city of Japan, I am in my own little universe reviewing movies. And I just want to thank you guys because I'm so thankful for 100 subscribers. And if we haven't reached it by this point, thank you for getting me close to 100 subscribers. This is still going up, and you're still going to watch this on Thanksgiving despite whatever happens. So, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So, anyways, I'm going I'm going to, as promised, review four of my favorite Godzilla movies. Now, here's the thing. I was thinking about reviewing the original Gojira, but I want to hold off on reviewing Gojira just for the moment. There's a good reason why. See, I haven't seen Shin Godzilla yet, I know, shame on me, but when I do want to review this movie plus Shin Godzilla at the same time to compare and contrast the origin of the King of the Monsters. So, that being said, just keep in mind that I will be reviewing Godzilla probably next year. And in case you're wondering if I'm going to review the 2014 Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs. Kong next year. Because remember, the Godzilla vs. Kong sequel is supposed to come out next year. So if I wait on that, I can probably rake in. I can probably make it rake in for all it's worth. You know other YouTubers do that too. Well, anyways, we're gonna start things off because I do have quite a collection of the multi-movie discs like these ones. So I'm gonna start things off with one of my favorite, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Giant Monsters All Out Attack. This is technically a sequel to the 1954 original. So, with that being said, and I know that I should review the 1954 original next year. I promise. I will get to it next year. Maybe in the spring or summer of next year. I promise. Next year. So, anyways, let's dive into Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Giant Monsters Heart Attack, or however that you say it, and let's kick this off right. So, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers, and please enjoy my Godzilla-thon, because this is Giant Monsters Heart Attack. We begin this movie inside of a class where they're talking about a giant monster attack that just so had happened to happen, but not in Japan, New York. This is Japan trying to pick on the 1998 Godzilla movie. I'm not even joking, because this next joke I did not make up. That's what only American experts claim. But ours here in Dallas. Database is constantly being updated. After they have ditched on the 1998 Godzilla movie, seriously, that was a sick burn, they move on to realize that something has awoken. Anywho, we open up to our main characters who actually work for an independent filming company and that they're in trouble because they don't have the license to film on the property. Never mind these guys though. Anyways, the film crew decides to go and see the old man that they have seen earlier because he knows something about the quote-unquote guardian monsters of this movie. See, the old guy managed to figure out that Godzilla is resurrecting, but the only way to stop him this time is not the military, it's the guardian monsters of the earth. And as it turns out, this girl's father actually was one of the kids that survived the 1954 Godzilla attack, aka the original. Yeah, see, Giant Monsters All Attack is supposed to be a direct sequel straight after the original, skipping over all the rest of the movies, which is pretty smart, as you get to see Godzilla attack. But I can hear what a lot of you are saying. When are we getting to the giant Godzilla monster already? Oh, patience, my dear viewers, because he has heard your demands. I gotta say, I love this design of Godzilla. Something even more menacing than the original film back in 1954. And also, we have Baragon. Also, I'd like to point out this Godzilla is not the savior of mankind. He is instead the destroyer. And if you don't believe me, just watch this next scene. So yeah, Godzilla has risen and he is pissed. So pissed, in a matter of fact, he launches his atomic blast, but instead of being iconic, this time it's an explosion. I'm so not kidding, it goes off like an atomic bomb exploding. It's very iconic and very threatening. Anyways, the first Guardian monster, Megalon, arises and starts to fight Godzilla head on. This fight is pretty much iconic and sets up the rest of the movie. This fight also shows off just how kind of powerful that Baragon is. Yeah, despite that he's a small little creature and can't really do much, he's still pretty powerful. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean she. Yeah, Baragon is being played by a female suit actor, so technically Baragon at this moment is a she. So the fight goes about as well as you'd expect, though. Baragon gets the shit kicked out of him, poor guy, and Godzilla just fucking stomps him to oblivion. And sadly, while Baragon is trying desperately to run away, Godzilla starts launching his atomic breath. So you know what's gonna happen. So with Baragon gone, the first of the mighty Guardian monsters is destroyed, as Godzilla roars in victory. But while rampaging through Tokyo, the other Guardian monsters have risen as Mothra makes her queen debut and ready to kick ass. I gotta say though, Mothra does put up kind of a good fight. She gives Godzilla a little bit of a wrestling around, and despite being a giant moth, she does a pretty good job. That before the man, the myth, the legend, King Ghidorah rises up and is ready to kick some tail. For what it's worth, the final battle is probably the meat of this whole entire franchise. Just seeing Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah go at it is amazing. It's a pretty decent and really explosive fight with a lot of shit happening all at once, and sadly Godzilla still remains victor, as Mothra tries to distract him with her pretty light show. Gee, I wonder if this is a reference to anything. I can't think of it. Oh, I'm just kidding. Mothra resurrects King Ghidorah and the fight rages on as Ghidorah gets kind of an upgrade as he's ready to take on Godzilla for round 2, bitch. But Godzilla's not dead, at least not yet. As the military helps out the Guardian monsters, they figure out Godzilla's not dead. But there's one way to kill him. And the only way to kill him is to go inside and blow him up. And the only one that's brave enough, or stupid enough, to do all this is the captain that we saw at the beginning. So you see that everything was being tried against this monster, but because he's so monstrous and so volatile, he destroyed Ghidorah. Because this Godzilla is so powerful, it's because he is the resurrected soul from the 1954 attack, making this Godzilla pretty haunting and memorable. And just as Godzilla's about ready to claim his 2 new victims, he suddenly dies. Yeah, that just happened. And the movie ends with the 3 not annoying characters surviving the movie, and everybody congratulates themselves on a job well done. And that's what giant monsters are at attack. What can be said about this movie that hasn't been said already? It's a classic in the Godzilla genre, and really is a film that everybody and anyone should see if they're a Godzilla fan. So if you're looking for a Godzilla film, and if you haven't seen this one yet, I highly recommend this one. You will not be disappointed because this is an amazing Godzilla film. We're going to ignore cutting back to my beautiful face and just skip to the next film I'm going to review, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah as we begin in the future. Turns out King Ghidorah is dead with one of his heads missing after an attack that happened between him and Godzilla, leading us into the opening of the movie. So the space angel on in this movie, there are time travelers that end up meeting our main characters and telling them just exactly that they can stop Godzilla from ever attacking. Their oddly ridiculous plan, is to go back in time and to stop Godzilla from ever being made, because Godzilla in this universe is a dinosaur. Also, would you believe me if I said that this movie intentionally wasn't originally supposed to have time travel, but because Back to the Future came out, they decided to? Weird, huh? Also, you know how, Steven Spielberg has a new movie coming out? They make a Steven Spielberg reference, and, that's kinda nice. Anyhow, these members go to an island in 1944, just towards the end of World War II, to stop Godzilla. So, not kidding, Godzilla in this film is a giant dinosaur. Yeah, I bet you didn't expect me to say that. According to sources and according to, like Toho Kingdom and whatnot, this is known only as the Godzillasaurus. I'm not joking. So, it turns out in World War II that the Japanese were saved by Godzilla. Weird turn of events, isn't it? As Godzilla destroys everything that the military has come up with. And even when Godzilla is supposed to be dead, Godzilla is not officially dead, as he comes back and kills the American soldiers. America, fuck yeah, no. Anyways, as the brave monster Godzilla dies, they decide to teleport him off somewhere where he will never be resurrected, but that doesn't save Japan. See, earlier in the film, there are these things called Dorats. There are 3 of them, and they all kind of look like a baby King Ghidorah. Huh. But hang on, if Godzilla's dead, then what kind of monster will spawn out of... That's right, bitches! King Ghidorah is in this film. The 3 Dorats combined to the devastating killer dragon. What? You mean the time travelers from earlier were really devastating sons of bitches? Oh, fuck off! What's that, the Oscars are political? Anyhow, during the destruction of Japan realizes there's only one thing they can do. They must resurrect the king of the monsters, Godzilla. So I can hear all of you. Where is the king? Well, ready to make a dramatic appearance. What did you think I was gonna say? And they noticed that this boy got an upgrade, so this means that this is not the same Godzilla that they're used to. He's pumped up and energized. I'm shocked by actually the Japanese government and officials going, "What? Godzilla? I thought we were rid of him. Oh wait, we live in Japan. He always existed." This fight, holy hell, is amazing. You get to see the sheer devastation and power of both of these monsters. I love it. Seriously, if you get the chance to see this movie, I recommend it because holy shit, just look at the battle that's going on. It's amazing. Because just in this one battle, you get to feel the sheer weight, devastation, and just downright power of both of these titans. It's great. So yeah, you get to see 2 live monsters kick the shit out of each other. Yeah, this is all I ever wanted and dreamed of as a boy. So yeah, Godzilla appeared to be losing the fight. After all, Godzilla can basically get him in a sense. Remember, I did say that the boy did get an upgrade, and they decided to kill the backstabbing future travelers once and for all. So, since Godzilla saved Japan, this means that he's the savior now, right? Right? Unfortunately, no. The king of the monster decided to turn his wrath against all of Japan. Though they're trying to hold him off, it won't do much good. So Japan suddenly realizes that the only way to kill Godzilla, the only way is with another monster, to go get King Ghidorah. And guess what? This convoluted plan worked, because now King Ghidorah had digivolved into Mecha King Ghidorah. Just look at how awesome this thing is. I feel like I should be playing the Power Rangers music over it, but I don't want this video to get copyrighted, so no. Anyways, it's time for round 3 of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. And Godzilla's not impressed with his new upgrade. Even when he tries to decapitate him, nothing happens. The final battle is probably the best part of this movie, god dang it. Just watching Godzilla and King Ghidorah go at it like this is amazing. But Godzilla is not going down this easy. He's not a bitch and he knows how to take a punch. So Ghidorah had to try another method. And of course flying away. But that's okay, very much similar to a Megazord from Power Rangers, it has other fancy weapons to worry about that Godzilla did not even see coming. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah is a great film, and if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend that you do. You will not be disappointed of how good this movie is. Pardon me as the movie sends on, and now we're getting into Godzilla vs. Destroyer. We see Godzilla, and he doesn't look so good, Mr. Stark, at all. Yeah, it turns out Godzilla here is actually, well, suffering from his atomic radiation. It seems to be going off on him, and is more than likely killing him. So yes, it turns out Godzilla's dying, and to make matters even worse, he's an atomic explosion that could kill the entirety of humanity. But there is another monster in this, made by the very thing that killed the very first Godzilla, the Oxygen Destroyer. I'm not even kidding. So the public technically finds this monster, and this monster is known only as Destroyer. Also, Godzilla's son's in this movie. Yep, in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, he was just a wee little baby, and in this film, he's an adult. More on that later as Time Force moves into the building to distract and exterminate the mutant again. And see if you can guess what movie this is ripping off. I'm surprised Toho doesn't have a lawsuit against Fox on their hands, because this is ripping off Aliens. Like, completely. So, Miki, the psychic girl for most of the movies, finds Godzilla Jr. and tells Jr. to go and save Japan. And Jr. listens. So yeah, the first Godzilla to fight Destroyer isn't Godzilla himself, but it's instead Godzilla's son, Godzilla Jr. And I gotta give credit to Jr. He tries. I mean, very much so he tries, but Destroyer is just way too powerful for him. But I gotta say this, Destroyer vs. Godzilla Jr. is probably one of the best scenes aside from Godzilla vs. Destroyer in this movie, and the fight scene is really damn good. But Daddy's not happy that his son is getting the shit kicked out of him, and he is going after Destroyer, who is just about ready to kill his son. But Junior survives. For right now, anyways, as Junior starts walking over to his father to welcome him. And father and son eventually meet, eventually having a reunion together. But wait a minute, isn't there a giant monster in this movie? Okay, I can't lie. This debut appearance of frickin' Destroyer gets me smiling every time. But yeah, Daddy and son were about ready to reunite, and Destroyer says, fuck that, I'm killing all of you. I'm not kidding either when I said Junior dies in this film. Destroyer grabs him, flies him around, and kills him. Right in front of Godzilla. So yes, unfortunately, Godzilla Jr. does die. He's no longer with us, and he's passed on. And you'd imagine this doesn't make Godzilla happy. He gets very pissed off and he kills Destroyer. Much for needed for his son. And after he sort of kills Destroyer, Destroyer's still right there, and Godzilla needs to turn his ass around and kill him. But the reason I love Destroyer is the fact that this was made from the thing that killed the original Godzilla. And it's terrifying as shit because he's so powerful. Anyways, it's time for one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie, when Godzilla goes to visit Junior to try and resurrect him. Oh, it's okay, big guy. Your son just wanted a big apple in the sky. Anyways, Destroyer is not yet killed, but don't worry, Godzilla's meltdown process makes sure that he dies for killing his son. While this was supposed to be the death of the original King of the Monsters, it is by no means a bad film. This is a great, fantastic film. Sure, I can understand some people passing over it, but I don't recommend that you do. I recommend that you sit down and watch it if you have the chance, because this is one hell of a Godzilla movie. Let's end the same proper with my favorite and first Godzilla movie ever, Godzilla. King Kong vs. Godzilla. Local Japanese businessmen want to awaken or find a new tourist attraction to make Japan even more profitable. While the American military men think that they have came across an amazing discovery. Um, technically they did. They found the king of the monsters. Also, see that the military men has pissed themselves as Godzilla rises up from the ice after Godzilla rises again. So yes, the king of the monsters is back after a 7-year hiatus, and the military retreats from him? The explorers go to basically Skull Island. Well, not Skull Island, but in this world it's still considered Skull Island, but Universal wouldn't give them the copyright, whatever, it's Skull Island. As they end up meeting, okay, this would not be okay right now. They end up meeting the quote unquote natives. They hand everybody a good old fashioned cigarette. And when I mean everybody, I do mean everybody, as they even give the kid one. Anyway, during a thunderstorm, the natives start praying to their god, Kong. And where is Khan? He's sleeping. Anyways, later that night, when the young boy is getting them berry juice, his mother starts to look for him. And so does Edgy giant octopus. Fun fact for most of you, did you know that Edgy actually ate this octopus after it was killed on screen? Not joking. So the giant octopus comes through the village and starts killing everybody and everybody, it seems, as they can't do nothing to keep it away. Well, except for one thing. That's right, Khan is in this movie, and you better bet your ass he's not happy with the octopus treading on his property, on his turf. So yeah, King Kong almost gets tentacle hentai, but he manages to fend off the giant octopus. And then Khan proceeds to get drunk. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. This is actually happening. So they end up bringing Godzilla back to the mainland of Japan because they need him for make money for a giant tourist attraction. Unfortunately, the Japanese government and Japanese officials are not happy with this, so they instead tell them to return the giant monster. They accidentally awaken and unleash King Kong onto Japan, and as they try to take shots off at him, it's no good. So Godzilla and Kong finally get to meet up with one another, and it's the first round of showing off who had the better power, King of the Monsters or King of the Monsters. And no joke, this movie and the fight scenes is so iconic that everyone loved this movie for what it set it up. I love it too. So anyways, after round 1, when King Kong retreats, Godzilla ends up falling into a trap. Of course he does. But they decide, since the giant monsters are gonna cause havoc, why not just have them fight each other? And that's indeed what the rest of the movie becomes. Granted, this movie is dated as hell, but the fight scenes is what makes it worth it alone to keep watching. So yes, it does seem that King Kong is yet again down for the count, even as Godzilla manages to keep kicking the crap out of him even though he's already down for the count. It's not until King Kong gets resurrected by lightning, because this originally was supposed to be Frankenstein versus Godzilla, so just a fun fact for all of you out there, as Kong gets Godzilla again. It's the eighth wonder of the world versus the King of the Monsters, and it's an all-out Godzilla warfare. Or monster warfare if you prefer. This fight scene goes on for 20 plus minutes, but dear God, it's fucking amazing. So the battle continues over a famous Tokyo landmark, no I don't know what this building is, and they just keep fighting, and fighting, and fighting! And who was the winner the entire time? Why, it was none other than man, myth, beast, legend, King Kong. Not kidding.